where streaming, which they care about, is losing money. Isn't that things that make you go, Hello, fellow warriors, and welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here, and today I have for you, streaming is a failed business model. Universal lost $7 million a day just streaming. It's insane. It's insane. I talk about this a lot here on my channel. You know I love physical media. I have a lot of problems with streaming, and if you stream, I want to get this front. If you guys are streamers, you love streaming, that's okay. That's what most mainstream people are doing. That's what everybody's doing, and then that's understandable. When I badmouth streaming and stuff, it's so much more than just. It's not the fact that they're streaming movies to your house directly for a fee. That's not what upsets me about streaming. It's so much more, and I'll get into that. But I saw this, and my God, they're losing $7 million a day. So I'm going to bring this up real quick. This is from the DVD Blu-ray report, who also works for Media Play News, which we're going to get into some of the Media Play News thing. But the first quarter earnings for Universal Comcast came out the other day, and the DVD Blu-ray report, he tweeted out this. He says, "How does that go? Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Comcast Universal Pictures just reported Q1 earnings, which were positive except for streaming." So they had positives except for streaming. The loss was $7 million per day for $639 million overall. The model doesn't work. Exactly. The streaming model does not work. Like I said, this is not really about, people buying streaming and stuff and watching streaming, because that's what people do. I mean, it's ease and comfort. I mean, somebody says, hey, you can pay this fee and you'll have thousands of movies and TV shows at your beck and call whenever you want. The thing is, and going to streaming, it's $7 million a day. And going to streaming, it's not just Universal, it's Peacock, or Peacock is Universal, but it's Paramount, it's Netflix, it's Disney, it's Hulu. All these streaming services are losing money because in going to streaming and having you pay this one fee, they're losing out on licensing deal. They're losing out on finances from commercials and stuff, which now they've had commercials. As you see now, Disney is essentially turning their Disney Plus, streaming service into cable, because here's, you sign up for Disney. Maybe we have this free tier where it's like old school, basic TV, where there'll be commercials and you can watch some Disney stuff, but then you want channels, right? You want to add packages. You want to add a package. Maybe you want the Marvel package. Maybe you want the Star Wars package. Maybe you want the classic Disney package. So you're going to have to keep paying them for that. And on top of that, there will be commercials. This is pretty much the cable broadcast TV formula, which most of these streaming services will more than likely follow suit, because you know why? They made boatloads of money doing regular TV and cable TV. Back in the day, it was a tried and true thing. There would be commercials. They would license out their movies and they would make money, but in a rush to streaming. And when the pandemic happened and everybody went streaming because we were forced to live in our homes, they thought, oh yeah, we got a moneymaker here. And then it all crashed because the streaming bubble has burst. It is a horrible system. It's a horrible business model, and it will continue to be horrible because they have to raise prices now so they can make money. They're continuing to raise prices. They're changing it. They're adding commercials. They're making it like a cable tier package now that you have to get. And it's insane to me that they will lose $7 million a day for $639 million and still think streaming is the main way to go. It's absolutely insane. $7 million. That it is a failed business model. It is truly a failed business model. And this is what I talk about when I don't like streaming, because I feel like it's a detriment to entertainment. It's cost entertainment, and it turned it into consumable content, message driven gobbledygook thing, and they have this algorithm that tells them, well, people will only like this because our computer algorithm tells us what people like, and people know what they like. There's a human algorithm. Trust your human algorithm. Don't trust the computer algorithm. That the computer algorithm is designed to tell these companies what they want to hear, not what you want to hear, not what you want to see. It truly is a failed business model. And I also wanted to bring this up to show you, because I love physical media and stuff. You said they posted their quarter earnings, Universal, and what was the positives? Well, let's bring up the positives and show you what exactly those positives were, because guess what? It's something that's tried and true net positive here. Universal Pictures ups quarter one home entertainment revenue 7% to 312 million. This is what I'm talking about right here. We're going to get to this right part right here. It says Universal Pictures increased first quarter home entertainment revenue nearly 7% to 312 million from revenue of 292 million in the prior year period. The other segment revenue tally for the quarter ended March 31st consists, this is where they posted a big positive, consists primarily of the sales of physical and digital, which digital is where you buy, which I don't buy digital, but I get why people buy digital. Physical and digital home entertainment titles, as well as the production and licensing of live stage plays and the distribution of content produced by third parties. In other words, their physical media sales rose. It rose. Also, so did the digital sales. But like I said, that's because people like don't go to the theaters anymore. So like when a movie comes out digital, they'll go to it on digital. Which don't buy digital, people. It's okay to rent it, but don't buy it because you'll never own it. And the licensing out of third-party movies, that means somebody else made it and they license it out to other places, just like they used to do back in the day with old school cable and TV and other, all that rose. Old school stuff rose. Imagine that. And though they will admit, it does say that theatrical revenue increased 3.4% to $300 million from revenue of $312 million in the prior year period. Content licensing revenue dropped about 10% to $2.1 billion from $2.34 billion in the previous year period. That's their content, that they license because they're pulling it all back for Peacock and stuff. They don't license it out and make that money like they used to. So that's why that revenue dropped, as much like streaming. But yeah, that's why I wanted to bring that up, because their physical media sales rose. Physical media, who would have thought? The physical media sales. And I know that has to do with Oppenheimer, and their box office also sort of has to do with Oppenheimer as well. And it does mention Kung Fu Panda there, kind of, helped with their home entertainment wise, digitally wise. But imagine that, a tried and true content licensing to third parties and physical media just happens to be boosting their numbers in the first quarter earning. And streaming is down $7 million a day. Tell me once again how streaming is awesome. Tell me how it's this amazing business model, right? So many people are making so much money on streaming. And that's okay. Like I said, if it's okay if you're streaming, because that's what the mainstream, the masses do. They stream and they pay this and they can watch whatever they want on streaming. It's never, when I complain about streaming, it's never been about me saying that I don't want people streaming movies into my house, because I have Shudder. I have Shudder and Full Moon Entertainment because there's no more video stores. When I complain about streaming, it's the fact that they keep raising the prices. It's a failing business model. They keep removing titles. They pull back licensings because they want it on their own. It's like old school studio thing. They want it on their own streaming service, so they control how you watch it, where you watch it, how it's perceived, what it looks like. They edit it. It's not the same as a Blu-ray or 4K or a DVD. And it's turned this into this algorithm-driven content, consumable content. It's not entertainment, because it's all being run by people that don't care about entertainment. That's what I complain about streaming. That's why I get mad about streaming. It has nothing to do with that I don't want streaming to come into people's houses. I think there's a way to combine streaming and physical media that works together, and it's okay if you watch something on streaming and then you want to buy it on physical. That's how it needs to work together. But what it's done to entertainment and what it's done in this failing business model, and they keep throwing money into it, that's what just aggravates me. That's what aggravates me. And that's why I miss the old days of like physical media releases, a video store, and even old school cable and stuff, because it seems like that was a tried and true business model that continued to work up until streaming came along and just pretty much destroyed everything in that sense. It really has. It's a horrible failed business model. And the fact that you can sit there and you're touting all these successes on physical and your theatrical side and stuff, but you're losing the most money on something you backed the most, because these studios don't really care about the theaters anymore. They don't really care about physical media anymore. And that seems to be making them money, where streaming, which they care about, is losing money. Isn't that things that make you go, But let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section down below. Do you see how streaming is a failed business model, or do you not even care? Seriously, let me know all that in the comment section down below, because I just think it's a failed business model. It just aggravates me to see this when there's You would think these people that make the millions and millions of dollars would be smarter than that, but they're just really not. They're just really not. But let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section down below. And if you like what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications. That would be awesome if I earned your guys' subscriptions, or possibly share the video out for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member, because that would help on my channel immensely. Thank you, and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all your support and always having my back. And to everybody watching, whether you like me, hated me, or liked this video or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Wherever you all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media. It truly is the superior format. And it looks like, it's selling better than streaming. What can you say? Godspeed.